Hello everyone, I'm Mary Holloman and this is my presentation on the presence of polychlorinated biphenyls in Hudson Falls, New York, USA. Here we have the table of contents. This presentation will include a purpose, history of the study, impact, data and results, and the cleanup project. The purpose of this presentation is to explain the environmental health study centered around polychlorinated biphenyls, also known as PCBs, and how they affect people's nervous systems in the upstate New York area of Hudson Falls. For 30 years, General Electric discharged roughly 1.3 million pounds of polychlorinated biphenyls into the Hudson River. Known as PCBs, these are harmful chemicals that can cause cancer and other health problems such as low birth rate, liver and kidney disease, reproductive abnormalities, and immunological issues. PCBs are highly durable, which makes them valuable as industrial products. However, due to the health and environmental hazards they pose, the United States stopped manufacturing them in 1977. Although they degrade naturally over time in a process called natural dechlorination, this does not make them harmless. As such, long after they begin degrading, they continue to pose a health threat to environmental and human life. Dechlorification is the chemical breakdown of compounds. In a process known as biomagnification, fish and other animals that eat PCBs, such as striped bass, are able to pass on their contamination to larger organisms. Before the ban, products such as cable insulation, motor oil, plastics, adhesives and tapes, electrical equipment, and transformers may contain PCBs. On the left, we have a table that shows the amount of PCBs in parts per million that can be found in used oil, plastic resin pellets, and transformers. Due to the concerns of the presence of PCBs in fish from the Hudson River, New York State issued health advisories on recommended limits on eating fish from the river for 25 years that limited the intake on pregnant women, women of childbearing age, and children under 16 years of age. However, this approach ignores how important fish is as a natural resource for cultural and recreation purposes. Out of all of the rivers on the eastern United States, the Hudson River has the highest presence of PCBs in striped bass. The Hudson River Superfund site is the dominant external source of PCBs to the New York-New Jersey Harbor estuary. However, the presence of PCBs are not the only harmful contaminants in that area. On the right we have a pie chart of all of the other dangerous chemicals and where they come from in that area, such as atmosphere, sewage treatment plants, the Hudson River, other heads of tide, combined sewer overflows, and stormwater. To fix the contamination of the Hudson River, in 2002 the Environmental Protection Agency called for targeted dredging of approximately 2.65 million cubic yards of PCB-contaminated sediment from a 40-mile-long section of the river in the upper New York area. Here we have a map of the cleanup project where the dredging will be taking place in two phases. The contamination of the Hudson River led to many protests due to environmental activists. Thanks to their hard work, we now have the Clearwater Festival, the Clean Water Act, which was established in 1972, and the Toxic Substances Control Act of 1976. The Hudson River also has improved water quality due to the cleanup project, and some scientists have even reported that whales are returning back to the environment.